Come one and all to the following segment of enjoyment and an escape from reality. But beware, the show you are about to bear witness to will not hold back when it comes to spoilers, language, and things not appropriate for work or children. If you continue on, we hope that you laugh at the banter, that you are thrilled by the topic of discussion, and marvel at the host's dedication to their craft, because you can only get that type of treatment here at Monster Madness. You have been warned.
It's okay. It's okay. He won't hurt us. He would have killed me by now. Okay? I think it's because we're not actually part of the movie. He doesn't really know what to do with us. Isn't that right, Billy boy? Man, you are big and scary. I wonder if all this blood is just corn syrup, you know? Like these characters are walking around with just corn syrup in their veins, you know? Let's get this shot here. Oh, God. Oh, no, that is not corn syrup. That is... Oh, God, that's blood.
All the more reason for us to get the hell out of here.
No, look, everything in this world is running exactly on schedule. Besides, to leave, we probably have to wait until the movie's over or something.
Well, when is that gonna happen?
Oh, okay, look, movies like this end when the final girl kills the main bad guy and the credits roll. It's actually pretty sick. In this one, she kicks up the sword and she, like, kills him with his own machete and she's like, what? And Billy's like, nah! It goes right through his hand, like, ah, ah, ah. Head splits open. Punches it. Brain goes out. Duncan! Anyway, this smoking hot girl called Paula, she arrives in the next reel. She's the final girl. She is the only one in this movie who doesn't die. All we gotta do is stick with her, and we're gonna have the best seats in the house. Trust me, this last battle will blow your minds. Okay, selfie time. Two!
Hi, hello, and welcome to this week's episode of Monster Madness, a podcast dedicated to all sorts of creatures, features, and beyond.
And beyond.
And beyond. I'm Erica, and joined with me is a man who is one virgin you don't want to fuck with. My faithful co-host, Matt. Hi, Matt.
I think you have some misinformation there. I'm definitely smashing sliz. Busting loads.
I don't think anybody who calls it sliz is getting...
She's not here to yell at me.
Pussy. The silence is loud.
Banging tail.
I prefer that.
Crushing puss.
You can find Monster Madness on all your favorite podcasting platforms, social media sites, and things of that nature. Matt does stream video games and drum sessions from time to time, so you can check that out on our Twitch channel. If you'd like to support our show, you can do so in many different ways, such as Patreon buying merch or donating to the show. And you can simply leave a review on your favorite podcasting provider. Those 5 stars go a long way, and if you decide to write something, we will read it on the show. All the links for the aforementioned things will be posted in our show notes. Besides being gross, Matt, do you got anything?
No, I mean, I should probably start streaming again.
I would love that.
Earlier today.
I would love it.
Well, I thought about putting a thing in our Discord because, like, the drum ones are fine, but lately I haven't I don't want to play other... Sounds shitty. I don't want to just play a bunch of songs. Like, that was fun, but it's a ton of work. So, like, what I've been doing is finding, like, drumless guitar tracks on YouTube and just playing to them, like, writing as I go.
Ooh.
So I thought about, like, putting something in Discord and being like, would this be something people would give a fuck about or not? Like, you are not the majority, so...
The fuck I am.
Okay. When you start sending me a paycheck, then we can talk. But a paycheck not from friendship, actual money, then we can talk. But yeah, yeah. But I know, like, Glitter and I have talked about, there was that Backrooms game that I told you about the other day. Like, I convinced her to buy it, so I think I want to stream that. But with Halloween and shit and the spooky games and all that. Now that Phasmophobia is going to be on console.
I can't wait for us to play.
Does this fucking come out? I did tell her that you were on board. We played the other night, and it is awfully difficult. It's so fucking hard, but it was fun. I don't really give a shit. Well, there's 20 ghosts now. There was like 4 when we started playing. Yeah.
I'm going to scream and hide in the van.
Oh, September. Yeah, the end of September. So, yeah. No, for sure. Or just drink until it's not scary. So, yeah, it should be out shortly thereafter this comes out. I know they just said Halloween season.
Perfection. Speaking of that, I actually took a poll on Slasher. We have, like, a lot of people following us on Slasher.
Fuck yeah, I love Slasher.
I did take a poll because randomly I post when we, drop new episodes. And if all 9,000 people who follow us on there actually listen to our episodes, our numbers would be fucking phenomenal, but they don't. I did take a poll though, and I asked, yes.
I was going to say, if anyone who listens on Slasher wants to play Phasmophobia with me, mention this ad and I'll play Phasmophobia with you.
Boom. But I did ask, I said, in your opinion, slashers, what's the scariest horror game you've ever played? I had, let's see, a lot of Resident Evils, Silent Hill, some game called Siren for PS3. Sounds pretty scary. I liked this comment. Okay, so you guys are going to think I'm a total fucking bitch right now, but whenever I play Minecraft, I get anxiety and my heart starts to race when I have a whole fucking zombie mob chasing me and I'm trying to get back inside my house, but they're all swarming me.
I mean, that's a different type of fear, but I agree.
Yeah, Darth Sinister, I get that fear. That's why I always turn the enemies off.
Okay, so two things here. I wanted to look up this game Siren, and I was like, hey, maybe it's on Steam. So I fucking type in Siren in Steam. We need to do something about the weird fucking hentai porn games that are now on Steam. Because it pulled up a game called Dark Siren that is just a giant titted animal. And then a bunch of, there's like butts and it's fucking weird.
I mean, is there nothing scarier?
It's just, it's weird. That's that complaint. But also, like you and I kind of talked about it, is like what is scarier, or fear is a relative, it's a relative term to what upsets you or what is unnerving to you.
True. Someone said Clock Tower. I got 2 Clock Towers, actually. A game called Outlast. I actually have that on my Switch, and I never played it.
The game is fucking horrifying. I never finished the second one.
Well, that tracks.
There's apparently 3 different Clock Tower games.
System Shock 2.
That one, they're getting a remake. I'm very excited for that. I never played the original.
Okay, someone did mention The Last of Us, and I would have to say that tracks. If you go in, that game doesn't scare me anymore because I've played it so often, but those infected, they can be pretty scary. The Evil Within, I have that, but I've never played it. It looks very scary.
Heard it's very good.
Silent Hill again, Outlast again, and then Resident Evil again. The Exorcist Legion VR game apparently is...
I'm not playing it.
I didn't ask you
I know
to
exactly
play
what
it.
they're talking about.
I didn't ask you to play it. I'm just saying.
I don't trust you.
You could if you wanted to. If your balls were big enough.
That's fine. They can be small. I'm not going to shit myself. I tried playing Phasmophobia in VR, and it ran like dick, but no, I don't need that in my life. I did do the We Harvest Shadows demo earlier today. That was what Ice was talking about.
Oh, right.
The single player farming horror game.
Scary?
Unsettling, I guess would be a better way to put it. Like, the demo is you basically go up through one action. When that action completes, you finish the day ends. But you have to like do certain things through the day. He said it was 5 days. It took me 7 because I bought a level 2 watering can to water my tomatoes. And it took me longer to purchase the rifle, which is the last thing that you do in the demo.
Okay.
But like, you like walk outside and you turn around, there's just like a person hiding behind a tree.
I don't like that.
And then they like disappear. And then there's like, you walk down the stairs and there's a painting. And it's like, depending on how your sanity is, the painting changes. Like walk down one and it was just a fucking weird face. And
I don't like that.
There's a lot of like exploration involved. So it's like, you have to get back before it gets dark because then shit starts to fuck with you. But like, you have to go further and further out because the whole idea is that you're learning the backstory of this character who, I guess it's based on a true-ish story of a guy who just like drove his car, ran out of gas, then he went and lived in the fucking wilderness for 27 years. Go on.
I don't have a response to that because I would have died 27 minutes in. Yeah.
So like the way I played it was like, we're waiting for bedtime. Like I'm next to my bed and as soon as it says you can go to sleep, I'm like, fuck yeah. Like I wasn't fucking around with it. I think it'll be a very good horror game,
Yeah.
especially like I instantly text Glitter. I'm like, this is 100% for you. You have a cat, you have to pet it, you feed it. It's fucking like, this is what you want. Because her and I have been playing Stardew Valley on and off. And
I
I'm
love
like,
that game.
everything you've, why don't you fucking play with us? You have it
I
on
didn't-
Switch, don't you?
I do, yes.
Yeah, I think I don't know if you can play with us on because we have it on PC. It's like all the shit that she enjoyed doing in that game, you do in this, it's just first person, and then there's like scary shit that happens too. So like, I think it'll be really fucking good, and it seems like it's like a 1 or 2 people type of put together thing. So
Yeah.
it should be a pretty good time.
Nice. I also asked our Instagram followers the same question, and I got the Fatal Frame series,
I heard those are great.
Silent Hill 2, Dead Space, Dying Light, and then some douchebag said the one I play every time we record called Looking at Your Face as the scariest game they've ever played.
I mean, I don't know who said that, but that sounds like a fucking hilarious human being with a fat penis.
You always
Okay, adequately sized penis. Okay, maybe a little larger than average penis.
I like how it just keeps getting better for you. It doesn't get worse. I enjoyed that. That was a good bit.
Well, you're just reeling it in a little bit while being realistic about the fact that I have an adequately sized penis. I mean, that person has an adequately sized penis. I don't know who.
I don't know who it was.
I
but it might have
completely
been me.
forgot I did that, by the way. So that payoff was amazing.
I know you would, because I knew it was going to be a while for us to record this episode, so I made sure I saved.
Is
those
that why you
answers.
kept postponing this? Just get further and further away from me making shitty comments.
No, that was just the luck of the draw, but I'm glad it worked out the way it did. So yeah, if you guys have any other scary video games that you'd love to throw our way to suggest for Matt to stream, email us, join our Discord, chat about them, send us a message on Instagram, contact us. Let us know what you think is the scariest video game of all time. I really don't know what it would be for me because I am such a chicken shit when it comes to video games. Like I just recently re-downloaded because it was free with PlayStation Plus, even though I own like the physical disc of it. But Alien Isolation, because Alien Romulus just came out, and I haven't seen it yet.
Mhm.
But
I think there's a new Alien game coming out. I'm not sure.
I think you're correct. But I remember I tried to play Alien Isolation. It scared the absolute bejesus out of me. Then I watched my cousin Jackie play it, and that scared the bejesus out of me. And then I
But
learned,
also simultaneously fucking hilarious because Jackie getting scared is one of my top 3 favorite things to watch.
oh, it's great. It's so good. It's delicious.
Love you, Jackie.
We love you. What I learned is that the AI in that game learns how you play, so it gets increasingly harder to beat it. I did not know that. That's fucking crazy. But either which way, Alien Isolations, Alien's just awesome. But anyway, this week on Monster Madness, we are covering 2015's The Final Girls.
Max,
Oh God, what happened? Where the hell are we?
I don't know. Did the theater burn down?
That was the scariest thing I have ever seen. You're alive? Oh, thank God.
What does poison ivy look like? Because I think I got a...
Here, help me. Guys, somebody's coming.
Hey, do you guys know the way to Camp Bluefinch?
Tina.
Yeah?
Oh my God. I'm having a psychotic episode.
We all saw the same thing, right?
Maybe it's a dream. A collective dream.
If this is a dream, then there's a very strong chance that my dad's gonna come up to us naked and offer us some pecan pie. But don't take any. It is not pecan pie.
Final Girls is rated PG-13 and it has a runtime of 1 hour and 31 minutes. It was released in the United States on January 30th, 2015 at Panic Fest. Then again on March 13th, 2015 at South by Southwest Film Festival, and then proceeded to be re-released at multiple film festivals in May and June. It came out sometime in 2015. It was produced by Groundswell Productions, Studio Solutions, and Ulterior Productions. It was distributed by Sony, Vertical Entertainment, Comedy Central, SBS Viceland, and Sony Pictures Home Entertainment. Special effects was Ingenuity Studios, something like that. And it was directed by Todd Strauss Scholson. It was written by M.A. Fortin and Joshua John Miller. It stars Thaisa Faminga, Malin Akerman, Alexander Ludwig, Nina Dobrov, Alia Shawkat, Thomas Middlich, Adam Devine, Angela Trimber, Chloe Bridges, and Tori N. Thompson. This movie only had one tagline: "Who will survive?" Do we have a budget, Matt?
$4.5 million.
Nice. Do we have a gross?
There is no gross. It was just the budget listed, which doesn't really surprise me. This was another movie that I heard about very much after the fact. I know we did it on Podcast of Terror.
Yeah.
Probably shortly before 2020. So that, and I hadn't heard about it until then. So
There you go.
top-notch pussy flick though.
Top-notch pussy flick. Wow. That is just one way to put it.
Stop making me wait weeks to do these fucking episodes and you wouldn't get weird comments.
I mean, they're not necessarily weird at this point. They're just, I expect
Just
them.
mildly jarring.
Yeah. But you get to read this one.
Uh-oh. Yeah, let me open another reading juice.
Reading juice. Oh,
What?
I love that so much.
Well, so you are aware of my bowling history.
I am.
I don't know how much of the audience is, but
Good friends with Big Earn.
just, you can call me Aaron. No, I might credit. Big up Charles. So she would always call beer aiming juice when she was bowling. So
Nice.
I stole that from her. But
I love that.
Max Cartwright waits while her actress mother Amanda auditions for a film. When she returns, Amanda complains that she'll only be known as a scream queen Nancy in the 1986 slasher film Camp Bloodbath, a cult classic. On the way home, the two get into a car accident and Amanda is killed. 3 years later, on the anniversary of her mother's death, Max is studying with her friends Gertie and Chris. Gertie's stepbrother Duncan, a horror film fanatic, shows up and persuades Max to attend a special double feature showing of Camp Bloodbath 1 and 2. At the screening, Max finds Vicky, Chris's possessive ex-girlfriend, and her former best friend there as well. During the film, the theater is accidentally set ablaze. To get to safety, Max cuts a hole in the screen, and the group steps through. Max, Gertie, Duncan, and Vicky wake up in the woods. They encounter a van with characters from Camp Bloodbath asking for directions to the camp. The van leaves only to come back every 92 minutes, and the group realize that they are in a time loop and have somehow been transported into the movie. When the van comes back once again, the group passes themselves off as new camp counselors and hitch a ride to camp. They let the first couple of murders happen without interference. The movie's antagonist, machete-wielding Billy Murphy, spots them but only stares without attacking. Duncan attempts to take a selfie with Billy, only to be stabbed, dispelling the disbelief that they will be spared for not being movie characters. I'd like to take this opportunity to mention that Erica did not tell me that I would be reading, and I started drinking.
Yeah, intentionally.
The group tries to stop the cast from having sex, as Billy shows up whenever someone does. Chris distracts Kurt while Max persuades Nancy to stay a virgin. Vicky sticks with Paula, the movie's final girl. Gertie bonds with Blake. When Gertie brings up the topic of Billy, the counselors are alerted to the fact that the urban legend of Billy is real and will come to kill them. In a panic, the counselors try to flee. Kurt and Paula drive off, but when Duncan emerges still alive, the car hits him and then crashes into a totem pole, killing all three. Now aware that the characters who originally survived the movie can die, Max and the others decide to save anyone they can. They dress Tina in a life jacket and mittens to prevent her from undressing. Sorry. The worst part about reading this is that I replay parts in the movie in my head when I read them, and then they become funny to me. So shut the fuck up. They also decide that Max, the only remaining virgin, is the new final girl, and the plot to get Billy's machete into her hands so she can kill him in the end of the film. Meanwhile, Max and Nancy bond and theorize that maybe if Nancy survives, she can go back home with Max and be whoever she wants. The group booby-traps the cabin, then Tina lures Billy to them by performing a striptease. Tina panics as Billy gets closer and is killed when a trap wire accidentally sends her headfirst into a bear trap. Blake, Vicky, and Gertie are also killed fighting off Billy. Chris, Nancy, and Max flee the cabin. Billy chases after them. They attempt to escape into a flashback, but Chris is stabbed. Billy's kidnapped. Billy kidnaps Nancy. Max finds her at Billy's barn hideout, and the two women fight him, which results in Max getting stabbed before they both escape. After the two retreat to the chapel, Max tells Nancy that the real world After the two retreat to the chapel, Max tells Nancy that in the real world, she is Max's mother. Nancy realizes that in order for Max
her.
Nancy realizes that... Fuck! Nancy realizes that in order for Max to become the true final girl, she must sacrifice herself, and the two bid each other a tearful farewell before Nancy lures Billy with a striptease and a sweet, sweet dick sucking, and then is killed. Max, the dick sucking is not in there. Max collapses, but now the final girl, she awakens with the power to kill Billy. They fight, and she eventually decapitates him with his own machete. A wounded Chris arrives, and the two kiss. While the credits for Camp Bloodbath play in the sky. Max wakes up to find herself in the hospital where she is reunited with her friends. The group hears Billy Murphy's approach tune and realize that they are in Camp Bloodbath 2, Cruel Summer. Billy crashes through the glass door in the hospital title. It appears. Max launches at Billy. It's cruel, cruel summer. Can you fucking warn me next time before you want me to read and I just hammer a gigantic bottle of beer?
No.
Fair enough. I tried.
You did good. You done good, pig. You done good.
You done good, kid.
I said pig, but okay. Have you never seen Babe?
I have. But the alternative is you done good, kid. And
that'll do, babe. That'll do. So theorizing, because this movie doesn't really give you like a lot of information regarding why they're in the movie. Do you think that they're forever in the bloodbath movies and they just are eternally stuck?
My assumption is that they all really died and they just are subconsciously all together. Or
oh shit, here we go.
Max is dead, thinking she lives inside the movie, and she's just all of her friends are there with her. I was like, they can't all be dead and all be in the same movie. So it's just one person's consciousness. They died in the fire in the movie, and now they just exist in the movie. That's what really happened, but for the plot of this movie, that makes no fucking sense, and it's stupid.
Fair. I like that theory. I like it.
Also, is it? How do you say that? How do you say her name?
Who?
Max.
Thaisa? I think it's
Is it Thaisa?
Or Taisa. Taisa Faminga. Because her sister
Thaisa.
Vera is the girl from the
Thaisa? Whatever, she's 30. I'd fucking eat a mile of her shit to see where it came from.
Ooh, nice. That's a Mikey line. All right, on that note, we're going to go into some monster minutiaes.
Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat.
Actually, right out the gate, the first minutiae is really awesome. The film was conceived and co-written by Joshua John Miller as a way of dealing with the death of his dad, Jason Miller, who had starred as Father Karras in The Exorcist. Incredible. When Tina becomes hyper-focused on the fly buzzing around the room, it was a spur-of-the-moment ad-libbed and not digitally generated insects. I love when Tina ate about 45 Adderall and was just like, and like zipping around. I was like, I love that so much.
That makes one of us.
Angela Trimber improvised her entire dance sequence. She slammed energy drinks to get in character and worked herself up for the frantic dance. When the characters are sucked into Camp Bloodbath, it was scripted that they stepped into a Technicolor world. The writers were initially horrified when they showed up on location and discovered that the crew had taken their words literally and decorated the forest with colorful artificial flowers. The director always envisioned Alia Shawkat as Gertie, but he got the runaround from her manager, so he found her email address and directly contacted her directly. In the original script, the kids begin undergoing physical and psychological transformations after they're sucked into the film. The girls' waistlines shrink, their breasts balloon, and Gertie was so enamored of her newfound beauty that she tried to sabotage her friends to ensure they could never leave. I actually wish they kind of kept that in the movie to a certain degree, but it is what it is. This was a fun fact I did not actually know. The term final girl was coined by Carol J. Clover in her 1992 book, Men, Women, and Chainsaws, Gender in the Modern Horror Film, to refer to the last girl standing at the end of a horror movie, especially a slasher. I want to read that now. The Girl Scout camp where the bulk of the film was shot didn't have a cabin large enough to accommodate the camera crane required for the elaborate booby trap sequence, so the crew had to erect it from scratch. The entire runtime of Camp Bloodbath is 92 minutes, the same length as The Final Girls. I think that's really it as for fun minutiaes. But yeah, let's move on to Yay, Nay, or Slay. This was my first time. Let's do it. You're actually.
But yeah.
I don't know what you said because you're just loud.
This dick.
Yeah, that's why I ignored it. We have a new yay sound effect that's gonna come in. We have a couple of them coming down the pike, so it's gonna change up every time we say yay, nay, or slay. We have nothing for nay, so if someone wants to come up with a fun sound effect for that, let a bitch know. I'm gonna give this movie a yay. Yay! I really loved it. It was my first time viewing it. I didn't know if I was gonna like it, and I believe this was actually a you suggestion, but you don't remember because that was many beers ago. But really enjoyed it. I thought this movie was hilarious. I love the lack of explanation as to why they're there, but I loved the tropes. I loved the cliches, but I also loved the heart that was behind it, especially with the connection of just like Max really appreciating that last few moments with her mom, even though she knows that it's not her mom. But the last time we see that character, she is her mom. And that's all I'm going to say about it, because I'm a person with mommy issues. A bitch welled up when I saw that sequence. And then it's like the most ridiculous, end of a character. But yeah, no, this is a great movie, and I definitely suggest it if you want a funny horror film to watch this Halloween season. All right, Matt, what do you think? Yay, nay, or slay?
Hit that fucking sweet tune, Gabby J. Yay! It's a fucking great movie. I've seen it multiple times. It's one of those that if the mood strikes, like it's a specific niche that it needs to hit for it to be relevant. I don't know the right way to but like you have to have the right group of people in the right setting to watch it or suggest it to someone. But it's always fun. I love Adam Devine. I've been a huge Workaholics fan. I literally just sent someone one of the gifts from the TV show. So it's like I'm a big fan of that style of comedy. So all bullshit aside, I know that a lot of times I get upset because there isn't explanations. This is a movie where I don't give a fuck that there isn't an explanation as to how they got there or how any of this plays out. It's just fun, and I just want it to be fun, and this movie is fun.
There you have it. We both enjoyed it. This has been a season of a lot of enjoyment, and it's making me happy.
It's only going to get better.
On that note, we're going to go to the last segment of the show. Does it fuck? Clearly something doesn't fuck in Matt's life because he looks chagrined.
ESPN does not fuck.
What happened?
I clicked to draft Breece Hall, And it took Christian McCaffrey.
Those aren't the same.
No! Ah! Oh, wait, but it says that I drafted him. I don't know. Fucking ESPN's fucked up. All right.
Does it fuck? Do I have anything that fucks this week? I want to say this is going to be really random. I like most of my things. It's like something I've discovered that's usually very old news. But I am not a zero sugar drinker type person. I just never have been. I always think it tastes like shit, and I don't like it.
You shut your dirty whore mouth.
I
Zero
know.
sugar fucks harder than a fucking jackhammer.
I know you're going to disagree with me, but now I am leaning more towards that side. As of right now, I am literally drinking a Gatorade Zero, and I prefer them to the actual Gatorade. When I drink Gatorade, it's usually because I haven't been feeling well, and this past week, haven't been feeling the best, but now I'm back on my feet. And I was drinking these a lot to kind of just get myself electrolytes, make myself feel better, make sure I'm staying hydrated. Because when I don't feel well, it's kind of like I turn rabid. I have like such an aversion to water. I'm like, ugh. I don't know why. It's a weird thing. When I'm sick, I don't like to drink water. It's such a weird
I hear you.
thing.
It's just like something about the need to like force a specific liquid. There's no like good way to get out of this without it sounding fucking weird. But I understand what you're saying because like I said before, I'm getting over a cold, so it's like, yeah, I just want to crush Coors Lights and turn all my bad feelings into good feelings. But I know
I'd have to have
water.
Yep. So yeah, no, big fan of Gatorade Zero right now. So I'm trying to find like other sugar-free stuff. I don't drink soda. I just
Powerade Zero is pretty good too.
Noted. Loving this because it makes me feel better about myself when I drink it. Because one, it's only 10 calories, and it has no sugar in it.
Starburst and Skittles have zero sugar like juice powders for water, and I have I believe it's the pink Starburst zero sugar at my next grocery pickup.
Nice.
So that might be a thing that fucks in the zero sugar department for you, who is not an adult.
Thank you for that. I'm trying to think what else fucks. Iron infusions, they fuck if you're anemic. Had 3 of those.
4 days later, after you ignore your best friend while he's having the time of his life, seeing his favorite band of all time from 10 feet away. Yeah.
Listen, when you get 3 iron infusions in 1 week, they level your ass. And I apologize profusely for being a horrible friend. And I got upset with myself numerous times. Numerous times.
I'll never let you live with them.
I know. I was the worst texter in the world because I just fucking was not doing well.
In your defense, you lined it up with a weekend when I was out of town with other people, and it wasn't really a big deal.
Completely intentional, clearly, because I know we have a shared calendar. Something else that fucks. Stephen King, he fucks.
Fucks so hard.
I have such a weird undulating relationship with reading. Some years I read 50 books a year. Other years I don't read a single goddamn thing. This year I've read, I think I'm on my 24th book, which I think is a pretty good average. It's a book every 2 weeks almost.
I'm Erica. I can read words in succession, and I'm smarter than you.
I never said I was smarter than you or anybody. Clearly I am.
You're not better than us just because you can fucking string words together.
I would never say that people who read are better than others. I think it's important to read or consume books in a certain way, even if it's audiobooks, because I do listen to a lot of audiobooks because I don't have time. But during my infusion, what?
I was going to say that as a golden statement because reading at this point has not become something that makes someone better than someone else. It's that we are so fine-tuned as a world that everything needs to be done quicker. And it's what can you do 2 things at once? And that's my problem. And then I've said this before and I'll say it again, is I listen to audiobooks because I can do it while I'm mowing the lawn or doing something else or driving. And I've just become so accustomed to multitasking that I can't just sit down and enjoy one fucking thing. And as much as I give you shit for reading, I wish I could, but my brain has been reprogrammed to try to do 3 or 4 things at once that I can't just do one. So that's my flaw as a fucking human being.
I forget who it was, but they argued with me. They're like, oh, I don't think audiobooks really count. And I was like, it's actually scientifically proven that you're retaining the same amount of information from the story from listening to it than you do reading it. So there really is no discrepancy. You're still consuming the narrative. It's just in a different form. Like, how could you tell a blind person who doesn't read Braille that's listening to an audiobook that they're not reading the book or consuming the story? Because they are, just in a way that's accessible to them. So while I was getting my infusion, I have a novella version of The Mist by Stephen King, and I read that whole thing during my infusions because they're an hour each, and that one is like 150 some pages. So I was able to pretty much bang that out throughout that entire week. That book, that story itself is in a short story collection. I think it's The Skeleton Crew by Stephen King. I think it's the first story in there.
Mm-hmm. Pretty sure you're right.
And yeah, I mean, it really just kind of ignited my love of physically reading books. And I'm actually like 50 pages into it right now. And that, I think about it when I can't read it, I'm like, what can I do to get to that book faster? Because I've never seen it in the 90s, like the made for TV thing. I never saw, the Tim Curry Pennywise. So I have no idea what that looks like, why that's such like an iconic horror thing. It's just something I never saw because clowns never really bothered me and I didn't really care about it. I did see the newer iteration, those films, and I thought they were horrifying. Like, spoiler alert, if you haven't seen it or read it, just ignore me for the next like 90 seconds. But in the new version of that movie, when Georgie is going to the gutter to talk to Pennywise, and when Pennywise fucking rips his arm off, I outwardly shouted when I was watching that movie. I was like, oh! Like, I had a visceral reaction to that because I was so shocked that right out the gate, it was so fucking violent. And the book, the way that it's balanced so far, I'm very excited because I've only seen it once. So I don't really remember a lot of things, just kind of highlights here and there. So yeah, Stephen King, he fucks. I have this new obsession with like owning all of his books and reading them all. So that's what I think I'm going to do over the course of the next few months is just keep reading Stephen King until I tap out or burn myself out. So what about you, Matt? Do you got anything that fucks?
Oh, yeah. So,
I'm going to get comfy.
So things that fucked. So Twix ice cream bars, I got those. Those fucked super hard. I haven't had those in a very long time. Blue Bunny s'mores ice cream sandwiches fuck harder than they have any right to fuck. I had the Funyuns ramen, spicy chicken ramen.
Ooh.
Those were pretty decent. Yeah, those weren't bad. So, and that's the thing. Like, I had a lot of food in Minneapolis. A Denny's Triple Dairy at 1 a.m. is Perkins Triple Dairy at 1 a.m. is pretty goddamn good. Pizza Luce, which is a Minneapolis, well, I should say Twin Cities specific local pizza place. I had an elote, street corn for you commoners. Pizza at 1 a.m. after the Metallica show on Sunday. That was fucked super hard. We went to Revival Chicken, which is like a Tennessee. Yeah, it was a Nashville hot chicken place. That place fucked super hard until the spider tried to kill us. And then they moved our table, and then the mosquitoes tried to kill us. So it was a murder plot. I think that's everything awesome I've had that's new. A cheeseburger bowl is pretty goddamn good. I know I'm just making stretches now, but you just rice, ground beef, ketchup, pickles, mustard, and onion.
Oh yeah, I made those before, and I showed them to you.
I had one earlier today. Oh, so good. I had one earlier today. It's so goddamn good.
Oh, I did make. Okay, so you know those I think it's Mazzetti dips. Like they have the dill pickle one, the French onion one, the ranch one.
Yes. Sorry.
No, you're good. Life hack. Okay, so like, if you're doing like a breaded chicken or whatever, some people use egg, some people use mayo. Whatever you use to...
We have a holiday weekend coming up. Any cooking ideas? And I'm fucking dancing.
They have a cheddar jalapeno one that's really good, and they have a garlic and herb one that's really good. I got this kooky idea the other day while I was cooking because I didn't have any mayo and I was really low on eggs, and my kids love eggs in the morning. So I was like, what can I was like, do I have anything? I was like, I could use ranch, I could use honey mustard as to kind of like something to stick the breadcrumbs on my chicken. And I was like, oh, there's this dip that I have a little bit left, and it was the cheddar jalapeno one. Put my chicken all in that and my, breading mixture, whatever you are, fucking fire. Topped it with cheddar, like extra sharp cheddar cheese. Let that melt on it. So good. I did the garlic herb the other day too. Fucking delicious.
Apparently the Mazzetti, none of what you've talked about exists here.
What the fuck? Are you serious?
Yep.
Why does Wisconsin hate delicious foods?
Because we have cheese.
That's fair. Oh, another thing that fucks, Aldi has like some fall shit out. They have these apple cinnamon pretzels. They're like dipped in white chocolate with like apple cinnamon taste. Then they have pumpkin spice ones. Those two fuck. I went to a concert at a farm a couple Fridays ago, and they had a kettle corn popcorn there that was so goddamn good. I almost ate the whole bag while I was there. Yeah, I don't know. Food is always so good.
I love food. Yeah, like I said, with the holiday weekend coming up, I forgot to tell you, we got a brisket at the fucking meat raffle.
You told me that 3 times tonight, but I love a 4th.
Couldn't remember. My bad. So I'm going to make the brisket for the holiday weekend. That's part of it. I think I'm also going to make some wings. Because if I'm turning on the smoker, your boy's smoking it all. Pretty fucking excited. Probably get some cheese curds.
Oh, you know what else fucks? And some people are going to think like, wow, that's the most boring thing ever. So in my garden, my bush steak tomatoes are just thriving. I have so many, I don't know what to do with them. And I know that tomatoes are the devil's fruit to your wife. However,
Yeah, fuck that bitch though. It's fine. I can eat them.
I don't know if I should leave that in there.
It's up to you. And like, if you want to leave that in, asterisk, the existence of tomatoes in our house are not affected to her. It's not like peanuts where if they're in the house, they cause her an issue.
Yeah.
Tomatoes are fine. Like I make pico and salsa and I put tomatoes on toast once in a while because I'm apparently my father's son and that's some shit he did. So it's like tomatoes being here are not detrimental to her health as long as she does not eat them or lick them.
Yeah. Don't do that, Alyssa. That's not one of the things that if they're cooked, she can eat them, right? Just full on cannot touch at all.
100%. Yeah. That's a no-go zone.
So she can't even fucking eat pizza.
Nope.
God.
I shouldn't say that. She can eat pizza just in a different style, white sauce or olive oil sauce, just not a tomato sauce.
And those are just as equally delicious. So
yeah, I think I order a cheeseburger pizza one of these days.
Hell yeah.
Which is a nacho cheese sauce.
Ooh.
Yeah, you're welcome. Marry me and your heart rate will drop to 0. Because you're dead.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
From fat.
Well, I think I found the clip for this episode.
You're welcome.
From fat. That might be my newest ringtone from you. From fat instead of fucking cheesesteaks.
That was a good one too. You're welcome.
I love that. So bush steak tomatoes and like beef steak tomatoes are really good for sandwiches. I also have some Romas, but not enough to like make a lot of sauce with them. I just kind of cook them down and put them in sauce, and it makes it like really nice and sweet and really rich. But the bush steaks that I have, beef steaks? I forget what they're called. There's 2 different variations, but I forget which I have. But I literally, have you ever eaten a tomato sandwich in your life? Like just a simple ass tomato sandwich.
What's a tomato sandwich?
So there's 2 variations of it. The least healthy one is like literally toasted bread of your choosing, mayo, tomato, salt, pepper. That's it.
I mean, in a variation of this, yes.
It's basically a BLT without the
L or the T. Wait.
The L or the B?
The B or the L. didn't think about that one.
Yeah, I know. It's okay. And then the healthier variation is that you just kind of use olive oil. But with that, like, that's basically like a caprese sandwich without basil.
The caprese?
The basil or the mozzarella. But, the other day I was like, oh, I want a BLT, but I didn't feel like thawing out any bacon. And I didn't have any mayo, and I was like, well, fuck it. I'll just do, I have sourdough.
I really want a BLT, but I have absolutely nothing other than bread and tomatoes.
And I was like, I have not had a tomato sandwich since I was since a very long time. So I toasted some sourdough that I got from Aldi. It's amazing. And I drizzled some olive oil on it and kind of like spread it around, put tomato on it, salt and pepper, a shit ton of salt and pepper, which is probably not good for my body. And then I ate I am so hyper fixated on those. And that's all I think about is like, when can I have another tomato sandwich? I'm going to be sad when my tomatoes run out. So tomato sandwiches, they fuck.
My dad used to eat, we would just call it tomatoes on toast a lot when I was a kid. So it's like an open-faced tomato sandwich.
Yeah.
But it was just bread and fucking, I can't believe it's not butter and tomatoes. Leon original. And I, to this day, do that, even though all of my childhood I said, I'll never fucking be like my dad. Tomatoes on toast with a little bit of everything bagel seasoning.
Ooh.
Yeah, you're welcome.
I know what I'm doing tomorrow. Oh, fuck. I need to go to sleep so it can be tomorrow and I can have a tomato sandwich.
Jesus.
Oh, fuck. That sounds delectable. I said that to my girlfriend the other night because we had just eaten dinner.
Hi, Brock.
Yo! We had just eaten dinner and then had... something else that completely fucks is coffee ice cream with coffee liqueur that my dad makes that he learned when he went to England. That fucks. So we had dinner. We ate some of this ice cream that my dad made. We are beyond full. But my girlfriend has what I like to call a reserve tank. Like, she has like a second stomach because she'll be like, oh, I'm so full. Finish her dinner, have dessert, and then like 15 minutes will go by and she's just like, I think I want a bowl of cereal. And that's usually how it goes. So she goes to get her bowl of cereal and it's Oat Crunch Cheerios, cinnamon flavored, which fuck hard. She eats a bowl of cereal and it's the first time she's having them because she just wanted to kind of try them out. And she's like, oh my God, I think this is the best cereal that I've ever eaten. And I was like, let me try it. I try it. I'm beyond full. And then I keep trying it. And I literally turned around and I was like, I really just want to go to bed so my body digests all the food that's in it so I can wake up and have a bowl of cereal. It's a sad existence, but also the best existence. Don't shake your head at me. Don't shake your head at me. I get so full sometimes I'm uncomfortable. Anyway.
It's okay.
Hey, thanks. On that note, that's going to do it for this episode of Monster Madness. Do you have anything else that fucks, Matt?
No, I gotta pee.
Okay. Next time we are going to be talking about The Dead Don't Die from 2019, I believe.
That's another one I'm very, 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 very excited about.
Same. I have seen it before, and I am glad to see it again. So that's what we'll be watching next time. Feel free to join in on the conversation. And guys...
Or smoke crack and worship Satan.
Or that. I wouldn't advise it, but, what are you going to do? We are officially in the Burr months. We are about to hit the best month in the Burr months, arguably. It's almost our time, guys. It's almost our time. We love you. We'll see you on the next one. Okay, bye.
Goodbye.
Where's your guys' suitcases? Because honestly, your clothes, they're disgusting.
Says the guy in the crop top.
What's up? Are you guys poor people? Are you guys poor?
We packed light. Yeah. What did you pack, Tina?
The basics. Bikini, mouthwash, diaphragm.
Oh, yeah, you did. It's gonna get so naked.
How did you know?
Spring break. Forever.
Hey, guys. We're here.
I just steamrolled you, and there was nothing better to do. So here we are.
Okay, you're whispering so much. Discord is cutting you off.
You did it before, so it's fine. I just said like I had no like end game to that statement. I just started it, and then I didn't know where we were going. So
Sometimes I just say things, and I don't even know where it's gonna end up.
100%. That's me in a nutshell.